my prep, since I'm doing a lot of it lately, and COVID-19 has definitely sent me playing Roll20 more. So what I'm doing is setting up dynamic lighting here. And first of all, I want to say that I am no Roll20 expert. I am just learning Roll20. But I thought it might be interesting to show you guys what I'm doing here. So basically, if you don't know what dynamic lighting is, it is you put in walls to block things, basically. And actually, I don't know why there's light showing through here. I need to figure that out. But there's light showing through this whole thing, huh? Alright, so let's go ahead and select the token here. Go ahead and, oops, get on the select tool, not the drawing tool. Go ahead and delete that thing I just made. Alright, now, this guy should be casting light. He is not. Okay. Because I only set up one of the tokens. Where's my light caster? There he is. So this guy is emitting light. So he's like a little torch, right? A little salamander over here. And as he walks through, you can see the light moving. Alright. And then, once you could come out to here, what happens? Now we can hit Control L, and it'll show the light that he sees. Okay, so even though all that light was showing through in there was not. Oh, there's a little crack right there, huh? Little crack right there. And then, see, so I keep getting these guys able to go through walls. So it's very cheaty. Right? All I gotta do there, and hey, I can see part of that. So, let's see here. What I wanted to do was check out and see if a player can do that. Oh, it's funny, I clicked there and an icon. Alright. So, we will grab my friend Roger here. He's a tiefling. Remember, he's next to the 0. Can Roger? Yeah, see, Roger can peek through walls too. That is annoying. It's like I have to fill this whole thing up, right? And see, I can't drag him through the wall. There. But I can drag him to the wall there. Alright, now let's see if that was just because I didn't know what I was really doing first. Let's go ahead and copy this dude. And we'll come down here to that spot I was just working on. I can't see it because I'm not on the lighting layer. Hotkey is L period, I think? Nope, L comma. Alright, so I am working right around here. So let's go ahead and click there. And then let's go to the objects layer again. Paste him in. There we go. Alright, now can he still go? Oh, he slipped right through there. I mean, is that because I'm the GM? I mean, that's gotta be because I'm the GM, right? Player perspective. Oops. Maybe I'm all crazy. See, like, this token could go halfway through the walls. And that is insane. Now, this might be because I'm using updated lighting, but I really don't know. So that's something that I'm definitely going to have to look into. Yeah, what is it? It's tokens moving next to walls shows dynamic light. Here we go. Here's something from May. There you go. Boom. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. So what I'm reading here is the center point of the token, which is what I'm getting. See, center point is the one being blocked by the walls. Now you can see though the wall is right here. Right here is where the wall is. So my token is stopping at the wall, but he is going through it. But he's not able to come around that corner, right? Looks like it's a ongoing issue. And I started using updated dynamic lighting, and I can't get back to regular dynamic lighting. I will go into the settings. I will go. What the heck did I do? I'll go into the page settings. I will go down here and enable fog of war, enable dynamic lighting. Click enter or OK, and it will freeze my system. I have not tried turning off dynamic lighting and turning it back on, turning off updated, and then saving it, and then turning on the new one. I will try that later. But the thing is, I really don't want to lose all my work. This is a big map, unfortunately. I really picked the wrong map to start with. You have most of it done now, so you are not coming in here on going to watch me do all the dynamic lighting. In fact, I will probably take a break in a little bit, probably after I finish this here, and we will start dropping some tokens, which is kind of exciting. I like to put tokens on maps. So let's go ahead and get back into where I am. I don't remember that I haven't done this boss level yet. Let's go ahead and do it there. Got my Empyrean, which is basically the boss of this level. We can go ahead and check him out. Okay, 5E monster from Morning Canyons, I think? I'm not sure. He is a CR23. My player group is average level 13, I think, because there is a low level dragging that average down, but I think most of them are 14 now. They might even be 15. Everybody's excited because we're getting close to cap, and most people haven't hit cap in a campaign before. This is actually a very, very old campaign. It's been going on at least 3 years. We've been taking breaks, switching over to other games. Kind of when some people dropped out, we stopped playing this game and we started playing a different game. And then when we started playing again, we took a short break, and then we started playing again, and we started a different game because not everybody from that second game showed up. And then we started switching back and forth between the second and first game, or the third and the first game. And now it's when we came back to Roll20, I was like, "What does everyone want to play?" And they were like, "We want to play the high level one, right?" And this is my really story driven game too. This is where my players are going through my plot, which kind of sounds railroady, but it's not. I have so basically I start off with an ending. All right. For part 1, the ending was they're going to battle a lich. All right, and this battle is going to be a multi-tiered battle, basically climbing up a mountain or a hill, right? Going through switchbacks and fighting a level at a time, basically, of mobs. And that was really all I had planned. This was after Lost Mines of Found Delver, so I kind of placed the Lich in as the king of the area. Glassstaff got away, so they thought he was the enemy for a long time. It turns out he was the enemy of the Lich, so the Lich had sent them to kill him. Once they found that out, that was when they headed back, found out about a ritual he was casting to flood the world, and attacked him doing his ritual. Unfortunately, a simulacrum was there. On top, it was a decoy ritual. There was an actual boat that they had passed by, and I've mentioned it, just as one of the things sitting around. And obviously, more interesting was this huge hill of baddies. Um, so the witch got away. At the end of that fight, they were contacted by a god, basically. I think she's an evil god. I don't have too much information on her yet. I've not decided who she is. Um, it is the blue lady from a BCC module that we started this campaign with. I have not decided who she is or anything really about her. I've decided that she is not a good deity. She is probably a bad one, and she has her own interest in this. But she sent them to hell because they knew a guy there. They actually made a contract with the devil. I forced them into a contract by sending them through a maze, whittling them down, and then at the end there was a pit fiend, and it's like, hey yo, so why don't you sign this contract for me? And they decided that they could not fight him. He was a souped up pit fiend too, so they would have had a hard time with him. So I don't know what that has to do with an Imperium, honestly. I think we're talking about levels. But I don't think my players will have too much trouble fighting a single challenge level 23. This is a prison now, and they are making friends in this prison. They have started up here. They actually made a friend with an elder brain. They put him into a brine elemental, basically, from his pool that he was trapped in. And they started calling him a crank, so I whipped up a graphic. So they're traveling around with him and his two goth bodyguards. I have started making fun of them, calling them goths, right? I have started making little goth jokes. And they are not very far into this. They have come through section 2, which is the entrance, and they are just entering section 1, which you really can't see here. What happened? What happened? Alright, well that is a technical difficulty there. Did I delete my map, maybe? I do not know what happened there. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks like everything's still here. I'm not sure if this page is updating. Let's take a look. Dynamic lighting layer. Yeah, looks like, yeah, see, there's my salamander. Okay, so I don't know what happened to that. We will just refresh it and move back over to this one. Anyway, they came through the first area, or the entrance area, which is labeled number 2. They are almost done exploring the first area. They just met their Ultraloth, which they think they're there to get. But actually, this is a different Ultraloth. He is right here. They just killed a bunch of dudes right here. It was a dirty battle. Oh my god. They used Hypnotic Pattern, and I failed a lot of saving throws. So they basically took them out one at a time. It was very anticlimactic for me, but of course they loved it, right? And that's what players love. Players love getting one over on the GM. So let's see. Let me start back with this dynamic lighting. I'm still getting used to the keyboard commands. Alright, let's see here. Oops, I am not on the lighting layer for some reason. Or I have the select tool. So F, G, that's supposed to get me the draw tool, but it did not. That is dark red. I'm using light red. Alright. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to get this campaign to tier 4. Right now we're at tier 3. So this originally started with, like I said, that DCC adventure, and then I started running in the same world for some other friends, and then I started running Lost Mines with Vandelver, and that was for a couple of new friends. I thought it would be a good introduction. It definitely was. They had a lot of fun, and we continued in my own world instead of setting it in Forgotten Realms. So this was the world that I had started in with that DCC adventure. There have been more than just that DCC adventure. There was something from Total Party Kit Handbook, which is basically a bunch of adventures. I think I got the demon maze or the devil maze out of there too. There's some good stuff in there. I need to pop that open and see what it's like. So after that, I decided I was going to start running Tales from the Yawning Portal. So we skipped the first one, which is, I can't remember what the first one is. The second one's Forge of Fury. That's the one that we jumped into. So we jumped into Forge of Fury, and they were too high level for that. So what I did was went ahead and went in and replaced a lot of it with my own stuff. I was also running a lot of Adventures League at the time, so I had printed out most of the Forge of Fury maps. So I was kind of recycling that as well. It was a lot of fun. I rewrote the entire thing. They met a Rakshasa who cast a Gias on one of the players to find the Eye of Vecna. This Rakshasa had the Hand of Vecna. They eventually found the Eye of Vecna. And I did that stupid thing where I let my villain stand in front of the party. And if you don't know what happens to your villain if you let him stand in front of the party, he dies. There were 6 of them against a single Rakshasa. And the Rakshasa rolled low. I tend to roll low really bad on initiative. So bad that I started just averaging initiative out. At the table I was using 10 plus dexterity, and I was just using the highest dexterity of the group usually. Sometimes I was splitting them into 2 if there were several different monsters, NPCs, whatever, bad guys. But I don't know what I'm talking about. So the Rakshasa. So this Rakshasa just gets decimated. And I knew they were going to hell, so I was okay with it. But now they've got the Hand and Eye of Vecna. Which actually just came up in the party. Funny enough, because I was going to bring it up. But one of the players decided that if worse came to worse, he would wear the Hand and Eye just so they could, use the powers of the Hand and Eye to help them out. Because they are up Shit's Creek, basically. The theme of this campaign is there are no good choices. So I have been putting bad choice after bad choice after bad choice in front of them, and they've been taking the lesser, in their minds, of the two. Of course, they never have all the information, so it makes a bad choice even worse. But, they're still alive, so they're doing pretty good. I have not killed a character yet. I think 5e is can be very resilient. It is definitely easy to kill a character, especially at low levels, and especially if you want to. So don't get me wrong, 5e's no walk in the park. It can definitely be difficult, especially the way I run a game. But my players usually have a high number of PCs in the game. I like to run big tables. That's one of the reasons I really like Adventurers League, because there were usually 7 people at my table. So I got to run big tables. I like 7 to 10 people. I like a full table, a full room. I really like banter. I really like when the players get sidetracked and start discussing things, you know? And that's one of my downfalls, I think, as a DM, especially in this campaign, because I will let them go for, a whole session almost sometimes. I know 2 sessions ago, before they got into this jail, they they spent like 2 hours trying to decide what they were going to do. And I listen, I really like that stuff. And so lately I've been jumping in a little more and giving them correct information. I don't remember who said it. There was somebody on a podcast or a stream talking about making sure your players have the information, right? Giving them the good information, and just go ahead and tell them. Just be like, hey, no, that's not the way it is, and remind them, hey, this is what you guys were doing. And I think that's really great, because I am of the camp that being subtle is no good, because the players never know what you're talking about. So, like, if I'm trying to, subtly hint at something, I'm not going to subtly hint at it. I'm just going to come out and tell them. So that goes hand in hand with this new approach I'm taking, which is tell them everything. Say, hey, no, this is what's going on. No, you've totally got that wrong, because their characters would, they're not taking a week off in between games, right? So they would know exactly what's going on still. They would, even though the players aren't taking notes, and that's kind of where I was. I was basically punishing players for not taking notes. And while I want them to take notes and they want them to be involved in the campaign, punishing them for not taking notes is not the way to get them to take notes, right? It's to get them a different way, right? When they realize, oh, if I was taking notes, I could put this together myself, or something else. I don't know how to get my players to take notes. They're not doing it, but so I'm starting to take notes for them, kind of. I have a page set up, a starting page. I do a warm-up question it's to get into character. It's great. I found it from Reddit. It's if you search up steal this idea, I think, warm-up question, you'll find it. So I've been seeing a lot of these starter pages, and mine was merely this picture. Everyone had dropped their tokens on it, and my question. So what I've done, I put a couple of NPCs on here for next time. I put a recap that one of the players wrote. It's just some bullet points here. I put down what the XP they got was. I'm using a modified system, kind of like the one from Xanathar's. Basically, it takes 8 experience points to level up. They got 2 experience points for this session, so 1/4 of their experience bar. They ended a long rest, kind of. They summoned the mansion, Morton Cannon's magnificent mansion. They had just defeated Abishai and Maragon guards, and they are just about to talk to this Ultralaw, but haven't gotten to know him well yet. So what I said is I would rather that they take their long rest after they talk to the Ultralaw, but nothing's going to happen in between the time they talk to the Ultralaw and the long rest. So come back assuming you've had a long rest. So I am very excited to get to that, because they're going to find out, oh, this isn't the Ultralaw that you've been looking for. I've actually found a good Ultralaw somewhere. I don't remember what his name is. I have it written down. and I will write up a token and stuff for him probably before, well, Tuesday is my game, and it is Sunday right now. No, it's Saturday. Saturday? So I will take Monday and probably write up his token, and I want to do some world anvil pages. I really want to go ahead and update that start page and make it look a little better, right? I want to have the question up before they get back. Yeah, make sure my players are there. I don't want them coming back to the map. I want to put some more NPCs up here that they know. I want to make it look pretty, right? Because this kind of looks like crap now. It's just a white background. So I want to get a nice background for it. I've seen people using tabletops basically. I saw one guy had a book here that was all 45-degree angle, and he had the last session notes right here. So I was going to do something like that for this. Also, I'm going to start typing my notes into it, which aren't too much for this last episode. But I kind of want them to be able to take a look at the characters. If they want to come here during the week, they don't. I mean, that they come to play and that's it, which is fine. This is why I'm a forever DM, because I love this part. I love going deep into the lore, and I love figuring out who people are and stuff like that. So this is Sogfanok, and I should link my world anvil page. Hey, look, I got caps lock on. And I'm logged in. And it does not have my password saved. And that's probably not it. Hey, that was it. Good. Go ahead and save that. I'm using Brave for Roll20 because I'm using, as you saw, I think, if you were paying attention, I'm using the VTT Enhancement Suite and Better20. These are gray area tools, definitely. I am very happy that these exist. It makes things easy for me. It makes importing these things super easy. I was using Shapesheet, which has a converter. You just paste the stat block down in the GM notes. So when we pop open tokens, you might notice that we send in the GM notes. But Better20 is, and like I said, I don't know if I don't really want to endorse this because, you can import whole adventures. You can import, monsters from everywhere, and I don't own something on here that I was like, oh no, I don't own that, I can remember what it was. There's one of these that I don't own. Anyway, so I shouldn't have access to it, right? But I do. I have access to all these monsters. And it's nice that there's some third-party sources here, too. Kobold Press, all their stuff is OGL. So anything that they publish is free to use, basically. So that's there's a website with a collection of their stuff on there. But everything else is in D&D Beyond for me, and I really like D&D Beyond. I like not using paper books. I like being able to search pretty fast. Honestly, I was using PDFs, especially of the adventures that print stuff out in the beginning. But as soon as D&D Beyond came out, I stopped using PDFs and went over to that. So again, Better20 is piracy. right? Especially if I'm taking something that I don't have. So, but I don't want to enter these things one at a time, you know? So I am going to use it. And I don't know that this is... I mean, streaming about it's probably bad, right? I shouldn't be talking about it. But you actually using it, and it's not that hard to find. It was pretty easy to find, especially virtual tabletop. What this does actually is it it lets you use a bunch of stuff that would only be in the API, or the second tier version of Roll20. So without paying for it. So it'll basically export your character to a JSON file, and you can import it to a different campaign. So you can move stuff around that way. Which is, it's gray area, you know, because the transmogrifier down here, which doesn't work if you have 5e tools installed, funny enough. What's up, boy? Okay. Alright, I'll leave that up. I will be right back. Alright, so, I'm back. What were we talking about? Piracy. But I'm paying for the pro version, so I have access to all the stuff that they're emulating. And it has a couple things that I'm using. Mostly this page toolbar. I like being able to see a list instead of that crazy banner that goes across the top. What we're doing, we're going to move into this and see if we can find software. Well, that was not good. There we go. Here we are. Let's view the article. And there we go. Copy that link. Come back in here. Go ahead and edit this. His name is not Nuzlocke, this dog. Wait a minute. Token editor. Nameplate. This should be a song. Well, let's see. Let's go back here. Okay, file. Yeah, so this is linked to. I hit shift, didn't I? Yeah. So what do I want to do here? I want to go into characters, search by name, so Mezzalot. I want to take that Mezzalot. Oh, let's go ahead and get it. I think there was one there. Edit. Duplicate. Nope. Cancel. Character sheet. No. Yeah, I don't think the search here. This doesn't help me at all. This support. This is the search from 5e Tools, which I do not like. It does not let me search for tags. It doesn't let me drop down for tags, and this is amazing right here. It shows me, all my tags, which are kind of crazy because of the way they're imported, but I think I can work on them. Oops. Okay, let's see. Duplicate. There we go. Copy of Mezzalot. And then we can go in here. We can edit. And there we go. Copy of Mezzalot. So we will delete. All right, and this will be in everybody's journal. Okay, can be edited and controlled by only me. I'm going to go ahead and go there. Close all these out. So I can drag this around and find him. He is selected. So, whoops. Oh, there we go. Default token. Yes, delete the default token. Then use select token. Change that. Go to pictures. Swap that off the JPEG. Pop that in there. Changes. Why is his bio not in there? Okay, edit. Bio information. There's his log and the link. So let's go ahead and change that. Or it should be URL be, and the text is will be world and bill. Yes. Article. Insert link. And then Mezzalot. And how do I link to a journal page? That is an interesting question. I believe it's pretty easy. Link between journal entries. Boom, boom. Mr. Barrington. Link them to the character journal. Open up a token settings. Boom. You can token assignment one step further, one thing, one two. Just put single brackets around the name of the character or handout. And when you save the entry, we'll try to automatically create a link. Okay. Where's the second window? No, where's the first window? So, square brackets, shape changes, Mezzalot. 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 Alright. And then this guy should be in author's journals as well. But he can only be edited and controlled by me. I don't know if I need that. Don't get me wrong, I like having it. Alright. And then I can also take this one step further. He is a Mezzalov. Oh, I don't have anything for Mezzalov yet. Well, shit, while we're here, I can just drop this junk in, huh? I think. Oh man, I really want to say that I have the bookkeeping in there already. Book. Oh, no, here. What's this thing? Control enter. Book. Keeping. No. You go off. Wow, there's nothing here, huh? Yeah, buddy.
Did you also cook my thingies?
What things?
Anything.
Yeah.
They're cold right now.
I can do that. Oh, I put the books and keeping on the side. Give me like 5 minutes. I know.
Then I can have like and burning.
Oh yeah. First we go off for creative devices with my head foundation. They are Fickle Fiends. And then pop into D1. Pull up my Mezzalov. See, I really like D&D Beyond. It's a bit slow right now. And I do not like that I have to go too close into something. Violence and rewards. Violence and rewards. Okay. Save changes. And let's see, I should be able to put a picture here. Section sidebar top. We are going to insert that image. Visual options. There it is. Image. ID. Okay, so we are going to have to bring in. Let's go ahead and find. Yeah, 5 tokens should be fine, right? I'll mess it up. It should actually be one of the first ones in here. There it is. What? Oh, I have a gallery? What? I need to set that up. Alright, and there's my image tag. Control C. Sidebar. Top. Sidebar. Content panel top. Oh. There we go. That is far too big, so let's preview that. And of course, we're going to save changes, so I'll save that. Now let's preview that. And yeah, put him over there. Now, I don't know if you noticed it real quick. So this is a great place to use image code. But I put it down here. The reason I did that was otherwise this would have been up here above this sidebar, and the sidebar would have been I cannot remove the sidebar yet. So I like putting the picture in the sidebar unless I've got something else to put in the sidebar. Alright, so that was, let's see, song, parents, siblings, children, huh? Nice. Family trees with master and guild membership. I wonder what membership I have. I am journeyman. Is that right? I think I am journeyman. I think I have a limit of 5. I think I paid 33. So family trees, explorer mode. Oh, full textures. That's kind of nice. Partner groups. Map compass. Yeah, I don't have all this stuff. Wine and journey wine. Oh my god, that sounds so cool. Map marker, Discord webhooks, advanced customization, and then all this stuff is stuff that I don't want to even look at honestly because I don't want to pay whatever that feature is, 105 for 12 months. Even though I just dropped 90 on Roll20. Okay, so I think that's where I'm going to end for this evening. I know I promised some token dropping, but I will probably be dropping some tokens on my own. Actually, I'll probably finish this off because I am really close to done. Really close to done. I think I just need 8. Yeah, and that one's pretty small and straight, which I like. Yeah, so I think that's going to be it for this evening. And thanks for watching. And yeah, take care.